guys, we are here with Tracy Lawrence, post-lunch, CRS day 1, hanging out in the Heartland suite. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. It's good to be up here and see this beautiful backside view of Nashville.
Oh yes, we've got the best view this year. The Batman building.
It's amazing.
Oh.
It's amazing to watch the skyline evolve over the years. It's pretty fascinating to see.
Yeah, there's still cranes everywhere.
Yep.
It's part of the skyline now. So you are here for a very important purpose this year.
Yes.
We've got a Philanthropist of the Year award happening tonight, tomorrow night?
Wednesday night, actually.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Couple nights off.
Yeah.
It's all the same, CRS.
It's a blur.
Yes, that's a better way of putting it. So I know that we've talked in the past a little bit about your philanthropy, collectively over $2 million to fight homelessness. Talk to me kind of about how this all came about for you.
You know, really, I was led to it through some family situations that we had. We had a family member that was dealing with homelessness that we've been struggling with for a while. And I've always had a soft place in my heart for the rescue mission. As a person that moved to town, on a wing and a prayer in a beat up old car with, a little bit of money in my pocket and things could have turned out a lot different for me. I was blessed to have came across people along the way that gave me a hand up and helped me in things. So I've always kind of really felt like, we're just one bad business decision or a paycheck away from needing a cot somewhere to sleep on. And so I've always had compassion for it. And I think a lot of times the homelessness gets, we get jaded to it because it seems to be everywhere, and it's worse now than it's ever been. So initially, really, when we started it 17 years ago, it was just as an awareness campaign. Me and a group of friends wanted to come down and cook turkeys. It's something we like to do. We were cooking things for people on Thanksgiving, and we really wanted to just drive awareness to the rescue mission and do something different that we enjoyed doing. Mm-hmm. And to see what it's evolved into after all these years, being able to take something from just a small seed and watch it grow and develop to the place where we are actually a full functioning 501c3 nonprofit with a board, people that are thinking and projecting where we're going to be in the next few years, and just all the volunteers that we have and the money that we've raised. It's been phenomenal to see the journey that it's made. It's
truly, truly incredible. So Tracy Lawrence, y'all know him, obviously, 13 million albums sold, 18 #1 singles. I want to talk to you a little bit about your podcast and the Honky Tonkin' with Tracy Lawrence.
Okay.
You've won awards for these things, so obviously you have quite a bit of skill. I'm still relatively green to the interviewing game. I want to know if you have any advice for me.
That was what I was the most worried about when we started Honky Tonkin'. We're in our 8th year now. We're in about 170 markets around the country in radio. I was absolutely terrified of the interviewing process. And I didn't realize that there was a part of that skill that I had lost, being able to actually converse with people and banter back and forth. You get so used to, as an artist, especially after years and years of it, of just answering questions about yourself and being able to kind of navigate that conversation. So the first interview that I had was Joe Diffie, and Joe and I had been friends for a long time, rest his soul. And so I wanted to start off at a comfortable place. My second one was Reba. And I think I slept about 2 hours that night. I was absolutely terrified because, Reba comes from the era before the 90s. So all of those people were like on pedestals to me because there were people that I looked up to before I ever got to Nashville. So it's like a whole different thing. And you don't want to ask stupid questions. You don't want to come off unprepared. And I was terrified. It was awful. I know it was awful, but she was so gracious, just like she always is. But I tell you what I did. I really studied, I've studied Joe Rogan, and I started really paying attention to how people carry on conversations, just how to navigate and play off words they say and things that interest them and kind of go back and forth. I actually called Kix Brooks because he had been doing his radio show for a little bit and got some advice from Kix. He actually went and did some media training beforehand to kind of give him a little bit better perspective of how to handle it. But I feel like I've gotten a lot better at it over the last several years. It's definitely a skill set that evolves.
Well, Tracy, what's next for you?
We're touring heavy right now. I'm just finishing up things with Clay Walker. We've got 3 more shows with him. Gary Allen and I are going out in May and June, and we're still piecing together the fall. So I'm hoping that Gary and I are going to do a lot more. I didn't write or record anything at all last year. The year before was my 30th anniversary, and we dropped 3 albums. Mm-hmm. And I wrote so much during that time frame preparing for that I just kind of hit the wall. So I've kind of taken a gap year, but I'm starting to feel the creativity start coming back. I'm ready to start writing again. So I hope that there's a new project in the near future.
Awesome. Well, we'll be waiting for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.